Hi, this is Barry Crost, and today I'd like to talk about what causes entanglements. Entanglements are something that we see repeatedly in family constellations. This idea that you are entangled with the business of some ancestor, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, maybe even farther back. And you're entangled with them in a way where you may have the same kind of physical illnesses they have. You may behave how they do a certain way. Um, you may have some of their feelings, their thoughts, their concerns, their worries. It's almost as if we're merged with them, or that we're standing in their place with them. And it's very common in the work to see that someone's entangled with somebody else, and what they're entangled with doesn't really match their own life. It doesn't feel right in their life, and yet they're entangled with this person in the past, and it's something that they don't see. So what we're trying to do in the work is to identify how we're entangled, who we're entangled with, and what we're entangled with, and see if we can find a way to release you from doing that. So why do people become entangled? Why do children become entangled? When we're born, we want to be safe, seen, loved, and nourished. It's a pretty standard thing. Every child wants that, and it's a way to survive and to grow and to be well. So we're born into a family and we want to be safe, seen, loved, and nourished. And so in order to get that, we want to be a good child. We want to do what's correct, what's right. We want to respond correctly. And if we do that, we feel like we belong, we feel safe, seen, loved, and nourished, and life is good. But for the most part, most of my clients, and maybe most of the people on the earth now, don't feel that. There's a lot of anxiety around them. Their parents are entangled. They don't feel safe. And when a child does not feel safe, seen, loved, and nourished, when they don't feel that, they instinctively want to do something to belong, to stay in the family, to live. And so they will take on the suffering of their mother or father, the pain of their mother and father. They'll atone, they'll sacrifice. And it'll go farther back. They'll atone for whoever in the family system is not seen. We particularly see that children become entangled with someone who's excluded, who's not seen, who's a secret. The family system, in some way, wants those people to belong. The family system wants everybody to belong. So if somebody is excluded, it's fairly likely that children will be born into that family. And when they're not safe, they'll likely get entangled with all those who are hidden or excluded in some way. And so you can be entangled with many things. And it's a need to find a place for ourselves. And often it's a place where there's a lot of pain and suffering, and we stand there. And that's our place of belonging. But it doesn't feel safe seeing love and nourished in a place like that. So in a family constellation, we try to see what happened here. What happened to you as a child where you feel that? What happened between you and your parents? And also, what happened in the family? Why is that person uh, excluded, or why is there still suffering there? One thing we can do is see if we can repair the system so that there are less entanglements for you to be entangled with and to separate you from those entanglements. So maybe we identify Uncle Bob died angry at somebody, and we might set that up and look at Uncle Bob's anger and see if we can resolve what that is. We might just do something where we make it clear that Uncle Bob is not you. You're Uncle Bob, and I am me. We might work on the dynamics in your childhood that didn't allow you to be safe. So maybe the work is about you and your mother, you and your father, where we work out some of the elements of not feeling safe there, so that you feel like you really are safe, seen, loved, and nourished with your parents, with your mother and your father, and that might reduce the entanglements. So it's quite a complicated subject. I'm just uh, trying to give you a very brief overview. And it seems to be behind most of the conditions that come to family constellations. And a lot of health issues are also entanglements. Uh, a lot of physical illness, especially illnesses that don't seem to respond to any therapy, are likely entanglements. And so this is something we work with all the time. And we work with this in our workshops. We work with this online. We work with this also in private sessions that I do with one-on-one. So certainly send me some questions if you have any, and I'd be happy to help you with your entanglements if I can. Thank you.